everybody. Welcome in for another episode of Ball Club Confidential, brought to you by the great friends at Knoxville Smiles. We'll talk more and learn more about them coming up. But before then, we bring in James Clausen of the Volunteer Club. James, new involvement with the Lady Vols, with the Volunteer Club. You've seen a couple of returning players, ink deals with the Volunteer Club, and would expect more to come.
Yeah, we've obviously we're excited about Coach Caldwell getting on board, being at Tennessee. Feels like she's got a really fun, exciting system. It's going to be fun to watch. So, yeah, we got Jewel, and so I think we'll continue to sign a few Lady Vol basketball players, which we're excited to do.
Coach Caldwell will be out on Ball Club Confidential next week, so it'll be a great chance to kind of get to know her and kind of do a deep dive on Tennessee's new coach, the fourth coach in program history.
Yeah, learned last week that she subs 5 players every minute of the game. So, I mean, it's going to be pretty exciting to watch and see if we can outduel and outpace and outrun the other teams.
Yeah, I mean, a much different brand of basketball than we've seen over there at Food City Center the last few years. And then finally, the baseball team. I know the Volunteer Club will have a spot down in Birmingham at the SEC tournament. That'll be coming up this weekend. It'll be the Florida Series. That's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday down in Gainesville. Tennessee on the road next week at Vanderbilt before the final home series against South Carolina.
Yep. We'll have a presence in Hoover. I think we'll probably do some type of tailgate down there. So that should be good. And then we'll have presence at, obviously, Regional Super and hopefully College World Series.
And don't forget about those activations that Sheridan Gannon spoke about just a few weeks ago here on Ball Club Confidential. As for Knoxville Smiles, we'll learn more about dentistry from Dr. Malone.
Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Malone. People ask me all the time about digital technology and how it affects dentistry. We'd like to show you what that means here in the office. So dentists used to have technicians that they worked with everything analog. Today we do it all digital. Also, digital technology helps us with clear aligners so we can straighten your teeth here in the office. If we can help you with your dental needs, look us up at knoxvillesmiles.com.
What's up, Blake? How you doing? Good, man. You? Good. Blake, you're a Northern California guy. Brentwood, just east of kind of like San Jose, San Francisco-ish area. Mm-hmm. Does that make you a big Giants guy? What A's? What did we grow up cheering for?
I was born in Oakland, so I'm a big Oakland guy, even though we lost all of our teams in the past 3 years. Big Warriors, Raiders, A's guy. I grew up hating the Giants, hating the Niners, but I mean, I've learned to kind of like them because they're the only teams that have stayed so far.
Yeah.
So, big A's and Raiders guy.
What was it like growing up in Northern California?
California, I mean, there's a ton of talent in certain one little area. So I mean, baseball, football, basketball. I was playing them all, and there's talent in all of it. I mean, the sports is huge. Going to sports games are huge. There's not really much else to do other than sports. And then having Southern California kind of right next to us where we could just drive down and go play tournaments down there where there's arguably even better talent than we have up there. It was pretty fun.
California's a spot where, you've got all this different kind of, just, the topography changes. You got mountains, you got beaches, you got, awesome stretch of coastline. Where's your favorite spot in California to be?
I love the beaches in Southern California. I mean, that's kind of a newer thing. I used to hate the beach because of the sand, but as I've gotten older, I've gotten to like it better. When I was younger, I used to love going camping up north. It's all woods, all redwoods, so it was beautiful. Went camping on the Eel River all the time, end of July, right before we went back to school. So that was kind of our last time of freedom before we had to go back to school. So that was a place I liked going to.
Are those the best times? I can think, back, I'm a lot older than you are, but I can think back to there are little things where man, I miss that, right? I miss that part of being a kid.
Mm-hmm. I'd say my favorite times were, just playing travel ball. That was probably my favorite times. But away from baseball, away from sports, it was definitely going up camping in the redwoods.
When did you know baseball was it for you?
I stopped playing, or I was playing football and baseball when I was younger. Didn't really get into basketball till later. I was kind of pretty good at both. I was a linebacker in football. I loved hitting people. I loved getting
Stunned that you like hitting people.
Well, I don't know why, but I just liked hitting people. I mean, I love that part of the game. And at some point, I just decided to stop playing because safety reasons, obviously. I'd rather play a game that's safer than, risking your own health. So I got into baseball and started getting bored when it was off season. Got into basketball a little bit and wasn't great. I played till my freshman year of high school. I started fouling out every single game, so I stopped playing. Basketball.
So you're over there. You're playing first base. Have you always been first baseman? I mean, or did you used to play other spots growing up?
In high school, I played all right field, all 4 years there. Before then, I was first base, outfield, pitcher too, and then stopped pitching. Just focused on hitting. I hated first base in high school. Like, I absolutely despised it. And, when I got here, I kind of knew I was going to be a first baseman in the future, so started working on it, getting better at it, and got with Luke Lipsius, and he helped me a lot. And when he left, Ricky Martinez did as much as he could to help me at first, even though he never played over there. He was always watching videos, and I just listened to him, and I got a lot better.
What was the biggest takeaway you had from Luke and Ricky, and like what advice did they give you that kind of sticks with you when you're out there now?
Kind of the same advice my high school coach gave me. I would always play defense without using my legs, so I'd always put myself in the wrong spot when I'm going for a ball, or my footwork around the base wouldn't be as good. So I started getting on the ladder, the jump rope, other stuff, and then once I got that kind of dialed in, I did more hand work, so like machine picks or whatever, or just having someone hit fungos at me and I have to pick them over there at first base, or just stuff like that helped me a lot.
Your first year you did a lot of DHing, with Luke being the first baseman. Mm-hmm. Then you become the first baseman last year, and defensively, there were points where you struggled. And this year, you look like Andres Galarraga over there, picking them, and the play you made at Kentucky on the bunt, for the force out at third. It feels like you went from marginal defender to exceptional defender in a year's time. How?
A lot of work. You can say I was a bad defender last year, because I was. I was pretty bad over there. Yeah, a lot of work. I knew I had a lot of work to do, especially if I want to play at the next level. You need to be an elite first baseman. You need to be good at everything you do. So that's kind of what I wanted to do this past off season, was just get better at everything I can. And that involved the footwork, my body, getting in the cage. I wasn't the best hitter last year either. And I just think working hard at everything. I need to get better and become the best player I can be.
That leads me right into the hitting. Last year it felt like you were at them done. It was either home run or not. Mm-hmm. And now this year, you lead the nation in doubles. You're still hitting home runs, moonshots. You're much more patient at the plate. It's easy to say I put in a lot of work, but specifically, what did you do to become a better hitter?
My main problem last year was the switches, or the pitches I was swinging at. And, I started swinging at everything. And, that just put me in bad counts. And, that's what you don't want when you're at the plate. So my main goal this offseason was to swing at strikes. That was it. Because I wanted to keep it simple, and I knew if I kept it simple, I'd be a better hitter, because that's how you become a better hitter, is just keep it simple. Everything else will take care of itself. So swinging at my pitch, and if I'd swing at my pitch and I'd get out, then so what? I could say that I'd had conviction on what I was doing, and if I went up there and swung at a bad pitch, I'd remind myself not to do that again. Was
there a moment at the plate where you felt like, okay, this is actually really starting to click? Like, you know what I mean? Keeping it simple is working. Was there an at bat? Was there a moment?
It didn't have a great fall, but I knew if I just trusted what I was doing, then it would work. I mean, I can go up there and say whatever to myself if I trust what I'm trying to do. I know it's going to work. I mean, that's kind of what you need to do as a hitter. Just have the most confidence in the world. Whatever you're doing is going to work, and you're going to go up there and you're going to have success. If you have any doubt in your mind, then you're not going to. The result's not going to be so well. And I mean, another thing is just not focusing on the result. I mean, the result's going to sway back and forth. I might barrel a ball to somebody as hard as I can, and he might catch it, and I'm going to catch one off the end of the bat, and it's going to get down for a double or something. So, I mean, just staying to what I'm doing and what I'm working on helped me a lot.
Feels like you're able to go to the opposite field a lot more with the patience and kind of doing it this way. It feels like you have a lot more success, not only home runs, but doubles to the left field gap and that type of thing. I mean, I think there was a bat at Kentucky. You hit just a rope. Now, the third baseman made a heck of a catch, right? Mm-hmm. And you snagged that thing. But, like, I mean, it was like one of those, like, you took what was there and you rifled it. And the guy just made a play. Mm-hmm. Is there anything specifically you've done to work the other side?
I've always known I've had that to hit it, the ability to hit it to that side of the field. It was just trusting it, and I mean, not trying to hit a home run every time or swing at pitches.
It's hard though. People love the home runs.
I know. I do
Chicks
too.
dig the long ball, big guy.
I mean, I do too. But I mean, you got to learn to get away from it and just take what's given to you, like you said. And I mean, if they pitch you outside, just hit it that way. And I mean, a lot of people have the ability to do it. They just got to trust it.
Furthest ball you've hit, is it the Southern Miss one, or in a game? Have you ever hit one in practice where you're like, okay, that was?
I mean, not that I know of. I mean, that one I hit was crazy. I mean, watching that from the box was pretty cool. I mean, I just touched it and it went
forever.
Yeah. I mean, I just kept going and going over those trees. That was a pretty cool moment.
Felt like one of those you hit in high school where, like, when you do it or even in middle school where you hit the home run and people didn't expect it, and it's one of those ooh-ah moments. Like, people expect you to hit home runs, but how far you hit it was the ooh-ah moment.
Yeah. I mean, I surprised myself when I did that. It was 0-2 count, I think. I was literally just trying to, I'm not going to say that I was trying to hit it pretty good. I got it pretty good, but I was also, trying to just compete in there, and that's a good result of competing.
There's no doubt about that. When you look at this team, you got Christian Moore, Drew Beam. Y'all all kind of came in together. I'm sure there's a couple more. Is there a couple more?
KT.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting one more person. Not that I can think of right now.
But I mean, like, you guys have kind of been the ones that kind of stuck through, and you guys have had a ton of success. Mm-hmm. Kavaris took a little longer to get to that point, but now he's raking and having a fantastic year. And then obviously you and Christian are having your fun going back and forth as the McGuire and Sammy Sosa of Tennessee baseball for the home run record. And then Drew's obviously been super consistent. What have you liked about that core group?
I was just talking to KT the other day. The first day we got here, we all met up, went to go get something to eat, or grabbed it, took it to go, and we took it to the left field bleachers when there was still only one. We were just sitting there. We were just kind of talking about like what we wanted to do while we were here. And
you guys got deep quick, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And I mean, from there you kind of knew that class was gonna be something special. I don't remember who exactly was there. I remember Beam and KT. We were just talking about how we want to win here. We want to win everything we possibly can, and I mean, just to stick it out with them. And I mean, this is probably the last year where that group is going to be together. So it's pretty sad that it's ending soon, but it's also pretty special to have all those people in the locker room.
Talk about the different personalities from that standpoint, though. I mean, Beam's a relatively quiet guy. You're a quiet guy. Christian, not. But there's if anybody's I think matured more from freshman year to now, it's him.
Christian.
It feels like he's just he's kind of dialed himself in. He's matured quite a bit. Tears feels like kind of a mature kid, right? Like, I mean, like, on the whole, similar personalities.
All of us.
I mean, like, yeah, I mean, just that little core group. I mean, like,
I'd say we all have something in common, but we're also kind of different. I'd say the one thing we have in common is that we want to win, and I mean, we'll come together to win, and I mean, it's a special group for sure. But yeah, KT's matured a lot. Beam's always been mature. He's been the same person since freshman year. Like you said, consistent. And Simo is always asking questions, always asking, the older guys, the people that graduated, about pitch tendencies or like what they're looking for in video or scouting reports. And I mean, Simo's always trying to get better. That's pretty cool to watch too.
what made Tennessee the pick for you? Like, what was it that drew you to Tennessee? Because I mean, Tennessee baseball hadn't had a ton of success. I mean, like, it started to kind of turn the corner before you got here under Tony. But I mean, y'all got here and then boom, boom, boom. It was just rattling off these massive win streaks and everything else.
I knew wherever I wanted to commit, I wanted to win. And I mean, talking to Coach Elander, he was the one that recruited me mostly. I talked to V a little bit too. But I mean, talking to E, I could just tell that he was a good coach and he was someone I wanted to play for. And I mean, it was also another easy decision because I had 2 scholarships coming out of high school. I was either here or Berkeley, and I mean, I wanted to win, so I came here. That's not a shot at Berkeley at all, but
well, it's just playing in the Pac-12 versus playing in the SEC.
Yeah, exactly.
From a baseball standpoint, makes total sense. Even though it was a lot further away from home, But your mom and dad, they all come out here quite a bit. I mean, when I was at Kentucky, I mean, it was you had like the row of like Burke jerseys down there. I mean, I feel like they've been super involved in the process as far as like being there every step of the way for you, making sure you feel somewhat at home even though you're so far away.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's how my family's been since I started playing sports. My grandma and grandpa didn't miss a game before college. They were at every single game whenever I was playing. I could have been playing underwater basket weaving. They were going to be there supporting me. And, I mean, same thing with my parents. They support me a lot. My mom obviously watches everything that happens with me.
She's big on the Twitter.
Yeah.
Or X.
Yeah. Or X, whatever it's called now. And my dad, same thing. He's texting me after every game saying, wipe it off or good job or whatever needs to be said. He knows what to say. I'd say my support group is pretty good.
Grandmas and grandpas, man. Anybody that knows the show knows that I'm partial to the kids who love their grandmas and grandpas because those are the special. Those are the goats.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you admire the most about them?
Just their love for us. They do anything for us, and I mean I think that's pretty special to have people like that in your life.
Grandma big on the cooking. You like grandma's cooking?
Yeah, she's good.
Is there something when she comes out she brings?
No, I don't make her do that. But when I go home,
when you go home,
she makes some good crepes. Yeah, that's probably my favorite thing she makes.
Any particular flavor?
Lemon and sugar.
Lemon and
They're
sugar.
fire. They're good. That's the one thing I have her make me.
All right, I ask everybody on the show, what makes you smile, Blake Burke?
People. Being around people I like. I like having a good time, so that's what makes me smile.
He's such a reserved kid as he answers that question about smiling. Let's learn more about Knoxville Smiles from the great people at Knoxville Smiles. At Knoxville Smiles, they aren't just focused on teeth. They're focused on helping people and making their lives better. It just so happens that they are great at dentistry, too. All right, we talked a little bit about your love for the Bay Area sports teams growing up. What about other sports? Do you have other loves besides the baseball?
As in playing or
No, watching, being a fan.
Oh, I'm a huge Raiders fan. I watch every single game. And if I can't watch the game, I go watch the film on it. I study draft boards, all that stuff. I'm very in tune with the Raiders, and I'm kind of excited to watch this draft Saturday too.
Well, the draft will come out before this episode airs. So let's just play devil's advocate here. Who are we hoping the Raiders draft?
I don't think we should go quarterback because we just signed Minshew. But if we do take a quarterback, the first round, probably say Jaden Daniels. Trade for Jaden Daniels.
See, I like that pick.
Yeah.
See, I would do that trick.
Yeah. But if other than that, unless we get like Milton or something late, then probably Milton. But I mean, probably someone else in the first round.
Are you a big numbers guy? You always been 25? Has that always been your number? No. 20.
Yeah, and then my friend Gavin Brzezowski, who transferred out of here to Kansas, he had it my freshman year.
And you just kept 25.
Just kept 25, yeah.
I like it on you. That's a traditional first baseman number too.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good too.
Like Jim Thome over there hitting those moonshots.
Yeah, I love Jim Thome.
Who's your favorite baseball player?
Yordan Alvarez. Right now, favorite all time is probably actually it's not Yordan. It's Matt Olson. I'm a big Matt Olson fan because he played for the A's. And I mean, it sucks that he left, but I still love watching him. Favorite all time would probably be Thome or Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds, not Mark McGwire.
Mm-mm.
Even though he was with the A's and he wore 25, and he was a first baseman, and he hit the moonshots like you. How come?
Probably I like lefties, because I'm a lefty. So I like watching, Barry Bonds hit balls 500 feet.
How big of a joke is it? We're to a point now where Reggie Bush gets the Heisman back. Barry Bonds needs to go in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer before he ever took any steroid that let him hit 73, right? I mean, dude's got 500 stolen bases.
And even if he did take steroids, you still have to hit.
You still have to hit it.
You still have to hit the ball.
But even that, he was a 500 guy before. Before any of that, the big seasons. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, Clemens had X amount of no-hitters, X amount of Cy Youngs before any of that stuff. Do you feel like they're unjustly penalized?
I mean, they did cheat, but I think with the amount of stuff they did, I think they should be in the Hall of Fame. And
you think they've served the penance? Like, since they weren't first ballot, they've had to wait several years.
I think they deserve to be in there.
What about Pete Rose?
That's a weird one because nowadays, I mean, people are getting in trouble left and right with the gambling stuff. So I think they might have to hold out on that one.
Hold out on that one.
Yeah.
Well, you're a Rafael Palmeiro guy, another 25. Lefty.
Honestly, no. I don't really watch him a lot, no.
Are you an old school baseball guy? Like, you know what I mean? Like
somewhat.
Like, I could turn on like 1996 Home Run Derby right now and watch it. 1998 Home Run Derby.
That.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the one with I forget what year it was. Was it 98 King Griffey Jr. or was it 99 at Fenway?
I don't remember. No,
that was fantastic. I mean, I know you're.
Well, I know. I'm not going to say I remember it.
Well, of course not. You weren't born.
I go back and watch videos. So.
You weren't born. What year were you born? 20 or 2002?
2003.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I remember that, but.
I was a junior at Tennessee in 2003. Way to make me feel old. My kids make me feel old daily. What inspires you? What drives Blake Burke?
I'd say, I just love baseball, and I want to be great. I want to be the best player I can possibly be, and I love competing too. And I feel like that's the best way to compete because I love the game, and playing against the best competitors is like my dream.
You were so laid back and chill. We had Nico on last week, and he's another guy that's just super kind of flatline, doesn't get real fiery. So when you show emotion, like, does it ever like, okay, get to come out of my box a little bit here?
I'd say I'm not an emotional guy, but I'd say I'm pretty. Not right now, but when I'm out on the field, I feel like that's when I can kind of, show it a little bit. I'm kind of a weirdo on the field. I'm moving around all game. I have weird things that I do. I just walk around in circles. I yell. Talk to my teammates, talk trash to my teammates. Mostly Simo because he's right there. Just try to make him laugh. So, when I'm on the field, I can't tame it at all. But, away from the field, I'm been pretty chill.
I mean, you've got the eye black on that's like, from cheek to cheek and down past the mouth and triangles. And how long does it take to put that on?
Not long at all. Well, just taking it off sucks. Plus, it gets in my helmet, so after practice or something.
Do you actually do that in practice too?
No. It'll get stuck in my helmet. So, like, when you put your helmet on, it gets on your face again. You got to wash it off. Stuff doesn't come out easy. And it takes a while after the game.
Is that your war paint?
Yeah. We put it on. Me and Hunter Ansley started wearing it towards the end of the year last year. We started winning, so ever since then, I've just tried to wear it every game.
Do you think Tony is superstitious?
Yeah, I think so. Big.
See, I think it's like 2 or I guess it's 3 series ago. I forget what was it, LSU, whichever game it was. Y'all won that Friday night with Causey coming in out of the bullpen, and then at Kentucky. It's like you just put somebody out there. First inning, first and third, 0-0. We're going to take him out. He's fulfilled cause he's not starting. Now we'll put him in. You know what I mean?
I don't know if that's one of the superstitions, but I mean, Stomas is pretty good, and he's been pretty good ever since he came here. But I mean, sometimes we'll win a game on a certain route to a field. We'll take the same route the next day. Or if we lose, we'll go a different route to the field the next day. There's just stuff like that or you could see superstitious. But
doesn't want to do the same thing 2 days in a row unless you win.
Yeah.
What's your go-to meal?
Go-to meal? Pre-game meal?
Either one. It can be date night, can be pre-game meal. If you're getting to set the menu, if you're getting to go where you want to go and get the food you want to get, what are we doing? Where are you going?
Pre-game meal, it's normally a smoothie from Tropical Smoothie. And for dinner or something, I'd go to Dos Bros and get a burrito bowl. That's the 2 places I visit most.
The one thing we learn is the California kids, they stick to the Mexican food.
Yeah.
Street tacos, all that stuff.
Yeah, we have pretty good Mexican food.
Who's your favorite person at Tennessee that doesn't play baseball?
I don't really know anybody who doesn't play baseball.
Do you not talk to the other athletes?
Not really. I mean, I've talked to Zakai once or twice. No.
Zakai, the real New Yorker. Christian Moore has no New York accent at all.
No.
It's very strange.
Well, when he gets mad, he does. It comes out. But other than that, no.
Those are just 4-letter words, Blake.
Yeah.
That New Yorkers say.
Yep.
What? Yeah, you walk through the complex, and like you are very to yourself. Like I'll watch you walk through when we're over there for football press conferences and stuff, and you're just always just like head down, getting from point A to point B.
Yeah. I mean, I have a small circle, kind of. I say my circle's at the baseball field. Not that I don't support any other team. I go to every single event I can go to. But I mean, I'd say people that I talk to is just baseball players. Not for any specific reason or anything. It's just.
Who's the one guy you can count on? If you picked up the phone, if you needed somebody right now on that baseball team, and you picked up the phone, who you calling?
I have 2 people that would probably answer: Hunter Ansley or Billy Amick. Do I have to call them right now to see if they answer?
No, that's fine.
Is that going to be a test?
We, if you want to, we can do that. Do you think they would answer?
Do you want to see?
Yeah, let's see. Why not? We're breaking ground here, and we're trying something new. This actually may turn into a segment where we just randomly call people. Who we calling, Hunter or Bensley? Billy.
Hello?
Hey, we were seeing if you would answer, because I had to pick somebody to count on. I picked you and Hunt, but it sounds like y'all are together.
Yeah, we got you, bro. We're always your
All right,
your
thank you.
backbone.
You're in the mic right now, so.
Let's go.
All right.
What's up, world?
You've already been on this podcast, Billy. We've heard your stories. Shout out to your uncle. Shout out to your uncle, though. He's a sweet man.
Yep. Well, good deal.
All right. See you.
All right. See you guys.
See, now you can count on him.
Yep. No, I know they're there. He said they're my backbone. That's what he just said. So
What is this hat you're wearing?
I got it from Dick's. It's a
Tiger
I take
Woods
it as
hat?
a Tiger Woods hat.
Yeah, that's how
It's
I
a
take
goat.
it. The goat, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool hat.
It's
And it's
hat.
orange, so
Yeah, that's a
wear
cool
it
hat.
and everything.
This is true. Favorite uniform?
I like the feel of the grays, but I think the blacks are the best.
Everybody loves the black.
Yeah.
The orange pops off the black, whether it's football, baseball. I keep waiting on basketball to do it.
I mean, those are going to look good when they do it.
They'll eventually do it. I don't know if it'll be under the Rick Barnes regime, but they'll eventually pull out the black uniforms for basketball.
Yeah.
You're not a Sunday cream guy?
I like the creams. They're just a little heavy. They get hot sometimes, but I think they look really good.
The temperature's finally turned. I don't feel like y'all had any real cold series this year. Like 2 years ago, you had Kentucky. Last year, you had Missouri, where y'all played in like 30. I don't think you've had that this year.
We've had a couple midweeks where
Yeah,
it's
but I mean
pretty
an
cold,
SEC
but
play.
Nothing crazy, no.
Yeah.
I remember.
You like when it's officially like, okay, it's 80 degrees every day we play.
Yeah. Yes.
Ball flies
Ball
out Lindsey
flies
Nelson.
everywhere, no matter where you go. You get to wear a short sleeve every day. It just feels good. You get a little baseball tan. You get white down here and then tan, back to white. You get a weird.
How different does Lindsey Nelson look compared to when y'all first got here? With all the
Completely
upgrades.
different. When I first got here, like I said earlier, it was one deck. There was those,
rather pitiful,
It was those
yes.
tables down the left field line. There wasn't even that little bleacher, portable bleacher.
They had
or
they had one row of porches that first year you were here, and now they
Well,
got 3.
In the fall they did, and then they built the second deck in the
Yeah.
winter.
And this for the spring of 22.
Mm-hmm.
How much pride do you and the rest of the guys take in, like, they're building this thing based off what we've done. Like, they're investing in the program because the success we've had with Coach Vitello.
I think it started. I mean, we weren't here for the building of this program at all. We're just trying to keep it going. I mean, there was a couple of years where, just from hearing stories, they had to grind a little bit. Not the best or not the most talented teams, but I mean, they got to work, and I'd say they probably had a bigger part in it just because they had to, play in the lesser stadium or whatever with the lesser facilities. And I mean, we kind of are spoiled now. And I mean, even our freshman year, we didn't build that second deck. We haven't played yet, so I mean, I'd say it's kind of nice that they're gonna be able to build that brand new stadium. But I think Drew Gilbert, Jordan Beck, Trey Lipscomb, Terrell Ortega, Russell, Lipsius, all those guys had a big part in the building of that new stadium.
No, they did. I don't not to diminish anything they did, but I mean, like, again, y'all have continued to keep me like the interest in Tennessee baseball is 10 times what it was before Coach Vitello took over, and he's done a fantastic job of being present and understanding how to work donors, understanding how to work fans, the whole thing, and then the players have obviously come in droves. We'll get you out of here. The last couple. You look around Major League Baseball, you see Drew, he's pretty close. Trey's, been to the league this year. Jordan Beck's in AAA really close. You started to see some of those guys that you played with that first year, get there or get close enough to where it's like going to happen, probably before the end of this season, even if it's a September call-up. Does that get you excited? Does that get you excited to know, like, if I can just keep working, keep the head down, like I'm, closer?
Yeah. I mean, just knowing those guys makes me happy for them. But also just seeing someone else do it before me.
Motivate you.
Yeah, a lot. And, I mean, that's always been my dream, is play Major League Baseball or football, but that dream's gone. Play Major League Baseball, that's something that it's hard to wrap my mind around, that, like, my teammates have already played in the big leagues. Joyce, I have a high school teammate for the Giants. Lipscomb, obviously, he got called up. He just got called up again because Lane Thomas got injured.
The Bearden guy, by the way.
Yeah,
Lane Thomas.
He's around here during the fall and stuff, so we get to see the work that he puts into. I mean, just being around all those guys is pretty cool.
Will you miss the bats when you go to professional ranks and you're on with Wood?
I I kind of like hitting with wood. I mean, obviously, I'm going to miss hitting with metal. If someone says they don't, then they're lying. But, I mean, I think it's going to be kind of cool to switch over to wood.
Ball still travels.
Yeah.
If you know how to
if you
swing
hit it on the barrel, it's going to go.
Last thing, what's it take from here the rest of the year to let's just focus on getting back to Omaha. Everything else at that point to me is just gravy, right? Like, just have the opportunity, get in the tournament, right? What's it take to get back to Omaha again? What do you guys have to do from here on out?
Compete, play the best we can. We'll show up to the park every day, just staying consistent. Not trying to do too much. When we try to do too much, it's going to tumble into us struggling a little bit. But I think we have a good group of guys where, I mean, we're unselfish and we're playing to win. We're playing for each other. And I think if we keep doing that, we'll have a good chance.
Well, I was told when I wanted to have Blake Burke out, he would be a man of few words. We found that that's not the case. He does know how to talk. He's a quiet kid, a very respectful kid, but a kid that has a fantastic story. And, heck, man, hold on a minute. We can't go any further. We can't end on this. We got to end with the home run chase. We got so into everything else. We didn't even talk about that. How bad do you want that? I mean, like, is it one of those, if it happens, it happens? But I mean, like, does he motivate? When he hits 3 on Sunday, how much motivation is that for you?
I wasn't even thinking about it on Sunday because, I mean, we were in the middle of a battle with Kentucky, which is a really good team, and it felt pretty good to go in there and get that series. But, I mean, I'd trade all 40, whatever I got, 41, 42 of those for a national championship. So, I mean, if we win a national championship, I don't care either way.
There you go. See, team guy. This is what we're talking about. But, hey, go get both. Get greedy. You only live once.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind taking it, but.
All right, go do it.
Trade them all for a national championship.
Blake, man, we appreciate you. We appreciate the time, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.